Dear colleagues, hello. My name is Ivan Matskevich, and I'm going to tell you about dependencies in our integration based on my experience working on project. First, let me disclose the reasons this topic became so relevant. During our UAT testing, we faced an issue that some of the messages that were coming from our partner systems were rejected. And they were rejected because the design flaws that was built on dependencies of the partner systems. So let's begin and start with the overview of the integration landscape. Designing integrations between several systems is not an easy task, and especially if we are having multiple releases. And it's very hard and even practically impossible to foresee all the possible outcomes. So here we have three systems integrated using MuleSoft middleware. It's StudyHub, our Salesforce-based system, Senduit, and CSM. During clinical trial, a patient is supposed to go through several statuses, and he's supposed to receive medication and lab kits. For the first release, we decided that every lab kit or medication kit is supposed to come in a separate shipment. So first step is study setup stage, and we are pre-configuring the kits so the patients would be able to track them, to receive the information, to know what is happening to them. After reaching a certain status, a message is sent to Senduit, and the medication is supposed to be assigned to the patient. Then the order comes to CSM, and CSM creates a physical shipment and sends the tracking information into StudyHub with one kit in this particular example. In StudyHub, we compare the tracking information with the pre-configured values, and if everything is fine, the shipment and the kit tracking information is updated. Everything looks good, and the physical shipment may be delivered to the patient. That was release 1. Let us proceed to the second release. Here, things are getting a bit more complicated as we were tasked to make shipments more general. That means that one shipment may contain not only one kit, but several kits. Overall, the process still stays the same. We pre-configured the shipment, now containing multiple kits. Then the message is sent to Senduit. Senduit assigns medication, sends order creation request to CSM. CSM creates physical shipment and sends the tracking information to StudyHub. StudyHub then receives the information, compares it to the configured values, everything looks fine, updates the tracking information, and the physical shipment is again delivered. Now, let us move forward to UAT. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever have any problems during your UATs? Yeah? This has also happened to us, because we found out that not every patient is supposed to receive the same medication. That means that some of them are supposed to receive placebos, fake medications. And the contents of shipments may differ depending on the treatment group. What happened here? We are receiving tracking information from CSM. We try to compare it to the pre-configured values. Some of the kits are the same, others are not. What happens here is the message gets rejected. And here we can see that our system, StudyHub, is dependent on our partners. As Sam have this medication assigned to a patient, and it has already moving forward through statuses, and StudyHub does not. So it is a stressful situation as it is UAT, and our clients and partners are getting more nervous. So we had to come up with the solution, and came up with it real fast. Me and my colleague thought of two possible solutions of resolving this issue. Solution number 1, we would pre-configure every possible kit for every possible shipment for every possible treatment group. When we would receive tracking information, we would update those that are the same, and we just delete everything else. The main advantage of this solution is that it is quite easy to implement. The second solution, get rid of the pre-configuration altogether. When we would receive tracking information in the shipment, we would create and update the kits on the go. It requires much more effort to implement. However, let's compare those two solutions. First, and the main point, solution number 1 does not really get rid of the dependencies between three systems. Even further, it creates even harder task to keep all these three systems in sync. Because if we are receiving something that we are not expecting to receive, we just reject it. As a little extra, the preconfiguration means that patient is having access to the objects, and hence he can see that, for example, he's supposed to receive placebo. And that means that blinded studies are completely out of scope for our system. Solution number 2, however, would get rid of any dependency for this scenario. And the patient would never know in advance what he's receiving. Needless to say that our partners were very happy that we came up with these solutions very, very fast. This solution would be implemented in the upcoming release. Last but not least, dear colleagues, please don't create dependencies. It will make your life on your projects much easier. Thank you very much.